audience. There's going to be some people watching this that are going to be pushed over once they see how heavy you're using your social. Mm-hmm. I know you got some things you want to ask me too about social, but
maybe tuck your shirt in just a little bit.
Is it puffy? It's because I'm so skinny.
Come on, Cody.
Well, I'm trying to get on that 10x juice to get a little bigger, but I can't seem to get Gary to answer.
What?
He won't answer me. He's bailed on me like 5 times.
I'm gonna
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, I want it still. I still want to get hooked up.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Gary,
You so we're rolling
have to call.
I just have to get my blood done.
Back. Okay.
So
yeah, let's go to my questions. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I got an IV yesterday.
Tell me when we're ready.
We're good, right?
Okay, so we are doing a live. This is Cody Kerns. Okay, I'm Elena Cardone, and
they know who you are. Come on now.
Well,
okay, I DM'd you.
Okay.
First misconception of social media is people think that DMing might be a little weird, right? Sending someone a DM, a direct message, whatever it might be. I direct message you because since I started, the whole social media line, I've been trying to get connected with you, Grant, and
very smart when they DM me.
Yes.
Grant has what, over 1 million followers?
I mean, he's got a fortress set up.
And he gets thousands from Snapchat, all the socials. I mean, and plus his emails that he gets a day. Literally, he gets.
So how does he filter that? We're gonna get off topic here.
Okay, we're gonna get off topic. But he has, just in emails alone, over 150 that come in a day. So he has somebody that helps him go through them and whatever. And if you write more than a sentence in your email,
it's done.
It's done. Like I can never write him anything more than a sentence. So I have to figure out exactly everything I want to say and figure out
in 7 words.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's not going to get read. But anyway, so you're very smart. Now I'm opening the world up to send me more messages. But I always in my head, I'm always analyzing people and clocking people. And the people that come to me to get to him, even though I might not pass it along or whatever, I always think, oh, that's a smart person.
You're like a great filter.
Yeah, I'm a filter. Yeah.
To him, so I took his advice, and he's like, you got to become a professional stalker with people that you want to get a hold of. Mm-hmm. So I figured out, what does Elena like to do? Elena likes shooting guns.
Oh, so here we go again. I fall in this trap every
It's all you do.
Time.
You beat people up and shoot guns.
Time. Anyway, tell them what happened.
Okay, so I had bought a rifle 6 months prior to that, and I would go target shooting, and then I put 2 and 2 together and said, Elena likes target shooting. I'm going to send her a direct message and ask her if she wants to go target shooting. You remember this? When we went shooting.
I mean, I remember when
that's how we met.
I thought that was your first time ever shooting.
Maybe second or third. I mean, shooting in the woods in your hometown doesn't really count as going shooting, that's... You
just totally burst my bubble. I thought I was the first, Cody.
No, you weren't the first.
I bragged about it on my Instagram.
No, the first time we shot handguns. Yes, okay, you're the first one that I shot handguns with, yes.
I got something. I knew I was a first.
So, handgun and target shooting, we actually didn't even shoot my rifle because you wanted to shoot the pistols.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to shoot a rifle indoors at, what was it?
It's just loud.
20, 50 yards, 25 yards?
Yeah, it's just a lot going on.
25 yards, law enforcement, not us.
So, that's how we met. And then there was I think a time period of a year or so that we just kind of, you followed me, we stayed connected, just took time growing the business. Because I know too, you guys are only really going to associate with people that are doing well, as you should. Mm-hmm. Because just like just like the long emails, no, you need a long resume of why you're going to sit here and take an hour of your time to do a podcast, right? Or an interview or whatever we're doing right now. So I kind of took that year away of, okay, I'm going to go and build my thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then,
and then how did you do that? How did you grow? Because the guy that I knew at the shooting range isn't the guy sitting here right now. You have evolved immensely. How did you grow so big so fast?
I mean, I think when we went shooting, I was 21, 22. Definitely nervous, scared of just being around someone of your stature, right? It's a compliment.
Go on.
There are the acting skills right there. No, I mean, I've always had to be self-taught, so I didn't really have an option. There wasn't a plan B, So I've just bought a lot of Grant's material, and that's so appreciative. On a real note, so appreciative of the material you two put out together, because I know it's not just him doing it. Like he's got you in his corner, he's got Johnny and all these other people.
Yeah, it's definitely a team around here.
Exactly. So I've just taken the material, applied it. I've probably bought and am invested in everything you guys offer.
And I love that.
So,
I want to work with people. I want to be around people that are part of what we do.
Of course.
You know, like there's an exchange there. So what is it that you do? Tell me what you do.
So when we first
Tell
met,
them.
all I was doing was Instagram growth and management.
And
when
what does
we
that
first
mean?
met.
Like you're talking to someone
So-
who doesn't have a clue.
Yeah. So what we would do is we would help people grow their audience to a targeted niche or industry, whatever it might be. So for you, if you're like, hey, Cody, I want to target women ages 20 to 40, that's great. We would get your account info, send it to our management team, all US based. So there's no like VA to this,
VA? What's VA?
like virtual assistant,
Oh, okay.
like Philippines and all that.
Okay.
So we have a great customer service aspect, and then you would be working with our manager. Well, if it was you, you'd work with me, but you get what I'm saying. If you were just a
Yeah.
client, you work with our manager, and that manager is going to help you hit that target audience, do outreach, send messages, and filter people back to you who could collaborate with you, do a podcast, whatever it is that you're doing, right? So if you're a small business, a tanning salon, we're going to target women in the area, come up with a promotional offer, and push your account to them by following them, engaging with them, sending them messages.
And they write them or I do?
We do. So
Okay.
we do all of it.
Okay.
And then we just deliver the end result, which would be a lead or a phone number and email. Now, fast forward, now we're doing full service digital marketing. I mean, we manage LinkedIn's, we manage Twitter's, Facebook ads, promoted posts, Instagram.
For LinkedIn, do you do articles? You write articles?
Not yet. We just do like the management. So we'll post and do like outreach to make connections and
Okay.
outbound messaging.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
I mean, anything digital now we cover, and Dorian too. Like he'll travel to our clients around the country. We'll send him on a flight for 2 days. He'll go and travel. Don't steal this idea, Johnny. No, I'm just kidding. So we have clients that pay X amount, and they're qualified to get Dorian to fly out to them, and he'll go on site with them for 2-3 days, which
And
has allowed
shoot
us.
their content?
Oh yeah. So then we're in full control of what's being put out too, because we can only help someone so much if their content sucks, you know. So,
Right.
but we're trying to just be able to come into someone's business and say we can manage all of this, not just Instagram, because it's easy to just let go of one platform.
Is one better than the other right now?
I think Instagram's the best.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's the easiest to grow. Everyone's on it every single day. But if we can get your LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, we have more control over the
Yeah.
situation.
We have more opportunities to get exposure to more different types of people because your
Exactly.
LinkedIn client is not typically
No.
your Instagram client, right? It's
Not
more
at all.
professional there.
Exactly.
So you kind of have to gear the material differently there.
We're still trying to like gear I think like 35 and up, like there's a need for those people to be on Instagram. A lot of people come to me that are adults, right? Like 40, 50 years old. Oh, you guys have it so easy. You grew up with this. I'm like, I think you have it easier
Why?
because there's not as many adults doing what I do, right? I'm in competition with Sarah, who just got her degree in marketing. I'm in competition with the guy who took Ty Lopez's course and this and that. Whereas adults, there's not really adults competing on Instagram yet. I think there's a huge market there. I
But
think
competing how on Instagram?
competing in the sense of like
doing what you do?
no, just overall, I think there's not a lot of adults yet on Instagram utilizing it the way it should be used. So if you're an adult and you go and make a presence there and establish it, you're going to attract all the other adults to say, I need to follow Elena. And that's what you've been doing. You know, so you have
that's
a great
interesting.
audience.
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of people have younger audiences just because
Right.
Instagram, I think, is a bit younger of a
which
platform.
is
Yeah.
even older than Snapchat, which Snapchat is even younger.
Oh yeah, Snapchat's kind of weird.
It's kind
I
of
don't
weird.
really-
However, everyone told Grant not to do Snapchat. Grant, of course, did Snapchat. And guess what? All those Snapchat people have parents.
Yeah.
That those kids get hooked on to Grant and they like his material and they're like, hey, mom, dad, check out Cardone Capital. Check out this, Grant Cardone Sales
crazy.
University. And we've gotten so many people
Just
in
from
that.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Snapchat's hard because it's only on the user.
I don't understand.
Grant's a beast, so like he'll
Yes,
do it,
he-
but the
right.
average person,
I can't do it. I don't
Yeah.
know it. Like that's why I think maybe you guys, the younger generation, has that more advantage because I don't even know how to follow someone on Snapchat. I don't.
kind of given up on
Yeah.
it.
So you have too?
Yeah, I don't really use it.
Yeah. Okay, me too.
It's just it's hard.
So give me an idea of like what does something like this cost? Because and why is it beneficial to someone and their business? I mean, would you recommend just someone trying to get famous on Just to have a lot of followers on Instagram, or
Some
is it
people
just
want
for
that.
business?
I think there's two pots. There's the ego sell, and I'm being so transparent with people right now. This is like what we talk about in our office.
Okay.
There's the ego sell, and then there's the business management
Okay.
sell.
Okay.
Some people really will come in and just say, hey, I have 20 grand, 10 grand. How many followers can I get?
And how many followers can you get for 20 grand?
A couple 100,000.
That's it?
100,000, 200,000.
That's it?
I mean, that's kind of a lot.
For $20,000? That's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
a couple 100,000. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be from all over.
Yeah, I don't want bots.
No, it's
And-
through influencer loops and promotions. So,
Okay.
but I'm kind of trying to stay away from Pod A because that's where a lot
What's
of
Pod A?
Pod A is the
Pod
ego sell.
A? Oh,
Pod,
okay.
pod,
Pod.
sample,
But
test
then why are you
tube.
trying to stay away from that? I mean,
I
why
think
wouldn't you
just
do it
more
all?
problems arise from it, and we have less control. Whereas if the business side, the business manager, because if someone came to me and said I have 20 grand, I'm not going to sell them just followers at this point. I'm going to say, no, if you want the followers, you need him to come out too. We need to do film work for you. We need to do photo work for you.
So you're upselling them on that?
Of course.
Whoa, so-
Or just taking less of a profit to actually provide more service so that they'll retain with us. Because these people in Pod A, the ego cell, they're in and out. And it's a headache.
Because
Whereas-
they just wanted
Yeah.
200,000 followers on Instagram, and that was it.
And then they're done, and then they don't use us,
then
and
they
then their
feel good.
followers start dying, and then it's our fault, and then all this.
Oh, wait, why did the followers start dying?
Well, I mean, it's like, imagine if you stopped going to the gym.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't be as jacked, right? What would Diego say if you stopped going to the gym and 2 months later you came back and said, I'm not as good? He'd be like, yeah,
he'd
no
kick
wonder
my
why.
butt,
You didn't
yeah.
you didn't come in for 2
Okay,
months.
so because then they drop off with their engagement
Just
and the
whatever,
targeting
yeah.
and everything.
And most people don't
Okay.
have appealing content.
But
so-
I've always had a real big problem with paying
I know.
for stuff. He's been trying to get me to do this for a long time, and I was like, no, I can't, because I have in my head that it has to be organic.
Yeah.
And I really loathe when I see on Instagram somebody that has 500,000, 1 million followers, and then I click on their likes and they have 3,000 likes, and I have
The same.
No.
The same engagement, but a fifth of the followers. Yeah.
Yes. And then I have 300 comments. You know, even when I had 128,000 followers, I'll have 300 or 100 or 50 comments, and then they'll have like 4. And that bugs me.
And
so
that's-
I've been dead against it. I'm like, no, I want legitimate people. I don't want people, when you click on them, they're all zero. They're
It's just not
robots.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not targeted, and we know that's a problem in the space, but unfortunately, the other people in our space are selling that, and people are buying it. So if we don't sell it, we're gonna lose out
So
on.
you sell the fake things?
No, not fake, just those untargeted influencer loop promotions.
Okay, so you do that too?
Yeah, of course, because again, if someone really is saying, no, that's all I want, here's 5, 10, 20 grand, I'm not gonna say no. I'm just gonna try and advise them to spend it in a different way.
Okay, so how would you advise them to spend it in a different way? How do I get legitimate people?
Yeah, so like for you,
Yeah.
so you're kind of a unique case because you are an influencer within yourself, right? And you don't have necessarily, like, what's your end result with these followers? You're not selling one product or one service. You're trying to just build a community,
I'm
right?
trying to build a community, yes, because now I've come out with the book, Build an Empire, and now I'm
Get
going to
that
come
book.
out with the...
We got the book.
We
We
got the
have it.
book? Yeah, the book's
We
right
have it.
there. It should be up here with us, huh? Not this plane. I
Grant
ain't
would
selling
kill you
planes.
if he saw you were not promoting your book right now.
It's right there.
Here's the book. We have it at our house. Olivia read it in like a couple days.
Oh, I love Olivia.
So
Thank you,
She
Olivia.
liked that book.
So I have the book. I have the online course
Where
that
can
I'm
they
in.
order it?
They can go to elenacardone.com/empire.
How
The
much
book
it?
is
20
free.
bucks? What? It's free?
It's free.
Okay, it's free.
You
We're
just
gonna
pay
give
for the
them like
shipping.
30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
ElenaCardone.com. Is that it?
Yeah, elenacardone.com/empire.
I mean,
Free.
it's a free book. What do you pay? Like $5 for shipping, $10 for shipping?
Yeah, max 7, I think.
I love the people where you're like, it's a free book. I see people comment on Grant stuff all the time. It's a free book. And then they're like, but you have to pay for shipping. It's like, well,
I can't
yeah.
pay that for you.
I'm not going to pay
I
to
know,
get
I just
you the
paid
book.
for the book. That does cost money to make.
Yes.
So,
You're doing people a favor by
yeah,
putting it up for free.
thank you. Yeah, I wanted to do that because I want to get the word out, and I'm trying to build my community.
Yeah, the green screen stuff.
I have the green screen stuff.
What is that?
I'm coming out with, I used to do these series of 1-minute clips.
Is this back
It's
in
back
acting
in the
days
day.
or like
No,
back in business
back
still?
back maybe 6 years ago.
Elena rants?
Grant did a Grant rant, and he did everyone's got 2 cents and everyone's
Yep.
got 2 minutes. Well, here's my 2 cents and Entrepreneurship. And I stole the idea, like I often do with him, because he's genius. And I decided I was going to do a no-brainer straight from Elena.
Wow, that's
So-
a no-brainer straight from Elena.
Elena.
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah. So it's another no-brainer straight from Elena. So it's like a duh, you know, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
an over-the-top, really cheeky, corny message in 1 minute, but like it has a point, but it's silly. So I started shooting those, and they're going to
Hey,
get
can we
released
do a
today.
little special or like a little thing? Whoever buys this book and then messages.
It's free.
Yeah, but they have to pay for shipping.
Okay,
Whoever
okay.
gets the
It's the
book,
book? Okay, thank
and
you.
then messages say, I got the book, Elena will follow you.
Yeah. Oh,
How about
for
that?
sure. Let's do it.
Whoever gets
You
the
track
book
it, though.
while we're on here,
It's
yeah,
on
we'll
yours,
do
on
it.
yours.
I'll
Okay.
send you some names.
Okay.
If you order the book, Elena will follow you and send you a message that says
Anyone
thank you.
on this stream.
Anyone
I'll
that buys
follow.
it's free.
I'll follow.
Just get the book. It's free.
Yeah. Thank you.
I need to do a book.
So yeah, so why I wanted to target, why I agreed finally after what, a year? At least a year, right?
Oh, to work with me?
Yeah, after a year, Cody had been harping on me. I said, "No, I'm not gonna pay for
I was
anything."
good though.
He
I
was
wasn't
very
annoying.
good. No,
I was like very,
you're very gentle.
Yeah.
But I finally agreed, and I forked up $5,000. That's a lot of money for me. It's like, shoot, what
wait,
the hell?
hold on. But when you say that with people watching,
Yeah, they think.
they'll hear you say $5,000's a lot of money.
Oh dear.
And then
We gotta correct
rip
it. We
that
gotta say-
apart.
Because of where I'm at.
Because
or
of who you are, because of what you do, because of
look, I come from the streets of New Orleans. $5,000 is going to be $5,000 all day long. Okay, that's a lot of money to me. It's a Chanel purse. Does that make you feel
That's
better?
a Chanel purse.
That's a Chanel purse.
I'm worth a Chanel purse. That's
You're
your
worth a
favorite too.
Chanel purse.
How much are those pillows? It's like $1,000, aren't they? More? How much?
But it was a gift.
How much is it if you buy it? The Chanel pillow and the jet.
It's over $1,000.
Okay.
But the blanket,
You're funny because
The
you're
blanket's
like
$2,000.
kind of gentle with the money,
yeah.
and then Grant's just like, oh, it's $2,000. You're like
Well,
$5,000's a lot of money.
Certain things make sense to me.
Yeah, of course.
Chanel
So
just
you
makes
invested
sense.
the $5,000.
I invested the $5,000, and I was very skeptical. I was like, look, I'm a very transparent person. Obviously, I'm telling you, I spent the $5,000 on this thing.
This is the first time you've actually said that, I think, like out loud too, because
no one's ever asked me.
we wanted to see, like, we wanted to kind of do the deal, and then at the end assess and say, okay,
Did it work? Did
Yeah,
it
is
not
this
work?
something that you want to endorse right now?
Right.
In a sense.
Well,
So-
here's my experience with it, because I don't want to come off fake. I'm a transparent person. Like, I show wherever I'm at.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm at. Sound like Yoda. So
going
I
on right now?
invested the $5,000, and so I did get how many followers? I got a lot of followers.
We took you from 114K to 200K in 3 months.
I was at 114.
I know the numbers. 117, 114,
I
117.
thought I was at 128. What?
Okay,
I'll give it to you.
128.
Okay.
Wait, no,
okay.
maybe you were actually. I think
Okay.
you were at like 125 because we did
okay.
75.
We'll settle, 125.
There, you were right.
So
To 200.
you took me to 200. So what I experienced is the numbers came slow and steady. They did seem legitimate.
Not the most targeted though.
What does that mean? Not the most targeted?
They're not people that are like here in the area or whatever. They're people from all over the world, right? I'm just going off of what you were saying.
Well, I didn't analyze it that much, but I noticed that the engagement grew. Like, I had more likes and more comments. So it felt like everything overall grew. What did help, and I don't know if you targeted this, but I have been trying to reach more women, and I am increasing my woman audience. So, and then I noticed that I would get like a spurt, and then I would lose some.
Yeah.
But then it would steadily pick
Kind
back
of like
up.
this.
Yeah.
It always goes up, but it's
why
like
do
that
you
chart.
lose 'em?
'Cause-
I don't like losing people.
Yeah, because
It
it's just
hurts my feelings.
a lot of these people are entering the promotion to win something, or there's
okay,
an
so-
incentive behind the scene for them to
Okay.
go to your account.
And then those.
I know you're cool
they
and everything,
unfollow
but
me. I thought for sure I would just.
retain. You did
Retain
have
them.
pretty good retention though, because I watched it. You went to 200 and stayed there for. I don't think you really ever dipped below. So we
No.
got you to 200K. We took a little
Yeah,
break.
and I'm higher now.
Now
Now I'm at.
what do you do in sales when
I'm at 216 now.
What do you do in sales? Because she's a client of mine, right? We got to 200K, and she's like, hey, I think I'm all set for now. Let's just hold on.
Yeah, because now he's trying to hit me up for another Chanel purse.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so,
dude.
But here's the thing with social media that people don't understand. They think they put in money and get money out like it's a stock market. I'm going to put in $5,000, I'm going to get 10 back. You don't think like that, but 90% of people do. Now, it's not all about money. You can get ROI in so many different ways. So what I said is, okay, I need to work with Elena. What can I do? So I hit her up and said, hey, I know you don't want to pay, but what if you let me come in your studio and we do a video together and you go live and we promote to your audience? And she said, wow, that sounds great. And then I was like, dang, that was too easy.
Oh, dang.
I was like, dang, that means she would have done more. That means she would have, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like if you'll pay $5 for it, it was worth more than $5.
Oh, okay.
So if you say we'll do the interview, like maybe I should ask for $2. But no, here we are. So that's where we're currently at.
Yeah.
And we're doing a deal that this is good stuff for you guys to take away.
I'm going to be the experimental guinea pig in your
Yes.
process, and I'm going to tell you my honest thoughts about it as we go and grow. How do I get a damn check mark?
We can do that. We can put it in for submission. There's no guarantee, but
Well, I have a guy here that's doing that, and
Nice.
I don't know why. I think I have to have an article or something written about me.
yeah, those are easy. But
I mean, I had a
those-
few back in the day.
You can do
I
like
had a different last
CNBC,
name.
NBC, those articles for pretty cheap. Just put it on the company
I
card.
have to pay to
Yeah,
get in an article?
unfortunately, I can't count those ones, but
I can't
Just
wait.
put it on the
I can't
company
wait till I
card.
reach the level of status where they're like, yes, let me do an article
here's
on
the
you.
check, the article.
Yeah, I want to know about you.
You know what's funny though? I feel like
No.
I
They're
feel like as you keep growing, like people think there's this tipping point where you like get to a certain number and then it's like it's just gonna go. It's like no, I don't think it ever gets
well,
that way.
I have girlfriends that they have 1 million followers at least. They're legit, and they took off in this women business, and they swear up and down they didn't pay for it. But they've been in for a while.
Yeah.
But it just grew organically, and then I have
Are they showing a little? Whoa.
Whoa.
Are they showing a little bit of the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I believe it more now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay. Yeah.
that's not your style.
No,
Let's not
I know
go
that's
there.
not my
Let's not
style.
go there.
Dang it.
We're not doing that. But your audience is great because they're all business oriented, and a lot of those audiences are not so great because you're just kind of attracting an interesting audience.
Well,
but
what I've heard
to
from
each his own, right?
What I've heard from that is that type might have a lot of followers, but not so much influence. Whereas I might have something smaller, but if I say, buy
my book
this
is
gun,
free, yeah.
then well,
So much gun talk.
guns. We were talking about, if I say
I got
buy
this 10X
gun,
Glock.
then the people will. Then there's more reaches.
Oh,
like
for
they're
sure.
more like, you know.
You
willing to-
have a business oriented network.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are wanting to invest and spend money in your network. And those networks, it's more so just like, hey, keep posting so I can look at you.
Yeah.
So
And then they can do the protein drinks. and stuff.
yeah, the teas, the fit tea, happy tea. Hey, what are your? Look at that, 23,000 profile visits. That's pretty good. It's over 10% of your followers are coming to your.
22,605.
Coming to your. Yeah, but I round up.
Okay.
That's what you do when you're in sales,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So
All right.
this is actually really good like advice for people in sales. If you're trying to get to somebody that is maybe difficult to reach, or you really just want to work with them, right? In this example, me with Elena, it's not always about money. So you got to figure out how you can approach people like her and say, okay, if I can do this, would you be open to doing this? No. Okay, great. Go back to the table. What would Elena do? What does she have that I could leverage myself with? And then in return for that, what can I provide to her? So I figured that out, and that's why we're sitting here. So
you're so
it's
smart.
not all about money. It's not all about money. It's not all about me just getting $5,000 from you or trying to get the money from the next person. It's if you don't want to pay the $5,000, okay, let's figure something out.
But I can see the value, honestly, and I'm not just saying that.
Okay,
like,
so
as
I'm
for-
gonna get
for-
you set up right now
Okay.
on another.
Let's go.
didn't
What
bring a-
are the best 5 tips you could give an audience right now? Can you even come up with 5 to help their branding? Certainly,
Okay.
do what you do. Obviously, you're going to promote that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, so
no,
go-
like free tips, like just free
Oh,
advice
okay,
for
yeah,
people.
just
Is that
free
what you're
tips.
saying?
Well, I said just 5 best pieces of advice. I didn't say it had to be free, but I love free,
Well,
so
yeah,
go
we'll
for free.
do free. We'll do free.
We'll do free.
Okay, so I don't know if I can do 5, but the first one is definitely going to be
Okay, I'm writing it down. These are the takeaways. These
have
are called takeaways.
you need to have a balanced brand.
A balanced
A
brand?
balanced brand, and your output of content has to be balanced.
What does that mean?
So your husband nails it.
Okay. You mean he hits
every
men,
angle.
women,
I mean,
children.
personal life, family, business.
Yes, okay, I know
He
that,
shows
yes.
his cars, he shows this, he shows everything.
Yeah.
So he can get everyone from all angles.
Yes, okay,
Because
I get
some
that.
people will work with me because I have like the BMW audience. There's like diehard BMW people. I'll attract to someone with my car more than them wanting to know what I do for business. Then the next person will say, no, I love what you do in business, but the car stuff is stupid.
Right.
So-
but I like your girlfriend, so you
yeah,
must be
yeah,
cool.
exactly. Yeah, she's quiet over there, but she listens.
She upgrades you.
She does.
Okay.
So, balanced brand, your personal life, your business life, and your professional life. That's like the 3 keys that we teach people
Okay.
how to develop a good brand. And you can't have more than another, right? Because if you're just the business person,
It gets boring.
yeah, people
like the
get turned
fitness
off.
people. But I have this girl, you know Kelly Wells? She is
Did she go to your
amazing.
guys? Did you guys do like an interview with her at some point or
Yeah,
something?
Grant did.
Okay,
Grant
yeah,
did.
I
I
remember,
love
yeah.
Kelly Wells. She legitimately has a great audience. She's not, one
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those.
she's-
really like a real deal fitness
It's
chick.
all
She's-
fitness?
It's all fitness. But that's what her audience wants for
Yep.
that thing. They're going
Of
to her
course.
for that.
But
And
does she show any other parts of her life?
no.
Really?
Not on that
Only
one.
fitness?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's her business page then, in a sense.
Yeah.
You said she has a personal page.
Yeah, well, she started to
Okay.
ignore it, but she
Yeah.
did have a personal page
Got
at one
it, got
point.
it.
So she just doesn't.
Well, there's an
So
example.
it's working. So
Yeah.
is that an exception to the rule?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
No.
going to nail one thing, though, you
Uh-huh.
better come correct.
Yeah.
Like,
And
she
she's
comes correct.
correct.
Yeah, she comes correct.
Yeah, she does.
So,
Okay. All right,
I
so
still
that-
believe, though, for the average person,
Yeah. Okay.
that you need a balance
Mm-hmm.
so that you can relate with people. Especially if you're just starting or you're just getting in the online space, don't come in as only the business person. You'll get run over, in my opinion.
Because it's just too boring.
Yeah, it's just like, who are you coming in here trying to sell me something? Like, I don't even know what you look like. I don't
Yeah.
even know who you are.
Oh yeah.
I can't even trust you,
Right.
right? So like, G's built such a good audience because he'll put up a post, he'll raise $500,000 in real estate.
I
But
know.
imagine if he was only the
Real estate guy.
whatever.
Right.
People would still invest.
But he's so funny. Like,
But I
he-
think because he has that flex personality and he's with you and he's joking with your kids and he's doing this and he's in the jet, that people are like, this dude is just so awesome. He's
He is
he's
so
showing
awesome.
everything he's
Yeah.
doing. I want that. Here's money. Yeah, I want to invest. Here, I want to do your program.
Yeah.
I want to go to your boot camp. So,
All right. That was you have 4 more to go, Cody. Don't run
okay,
out now.
the second tip is going to be the type of content you're outputting, like the
Okay.
quality of content.
Oh my goodness.
Not
Grant
everybody-
would argue with you on this, but go ahead.
Really?
Yeah, because he's like, he always yells at me, just get it out, get it out, get it out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like,
but
because
you
I'm
have
a
an
girl,
iPhone,
I
right?
like, yeah.
Yeah, like Grant doesn't use a droid.
What was,
or
what
like
are you
a-
talking? Now you're talking another language.
Yeah, like you have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like there are some people still using like droids that upload like blurry content
Oh,
and like low quality.
Okay. I thought you
what
were
I'm
gonna-
saying is like the like clarity of the content,
Okay.
not
Okay, because he
the output of it.
He thinks he can put out 5 posts in however long it takes me to get one out because I want to make
I
sure.
mean, he
it's-
can.
I want to make sure it's perfect.
But again,
But do you
I
think
think
males and females are different? Like girls, we gotta look. Don't we
Perfectionists.
have to look
Girls
a
are
little pretty?
perfectionists.
Like
Yeah, I'm
guys don't
surprised
have
we were
makeup.
on
You don't-
time
It doesn't
today.
matter.
I'm surprised we were on time.
Really?
today.
Wow,
I
I'm
mean,
always on
usually
time.
it's like 3 hours for Olivia to get her outfit ready.
Oh no. I have I run with a school of boys. You
Yeah,
know that,
yeah, I
right?
know,
Like,
yeah.
There's no time for that.
No, you gotta run.
Oh, yeah.
She'll get used to it.
She'll get there.
She'll get there.
Give her some time.
So
Be
more
easy on
so,
my girl over there.
more so the quality of the content. Like,
Okay.
and again, I don't want to compare to him. I like using him as an example of something to
He's a
work
freak of
towards.
nature.
Yeah, I mean,
He's a
like
freak of nature.
that's like comparing yourself to LeBron in basketball. It's like comparing to Grant in business. Get to that point.
Yeah.
But what did it take for him to get to that point? I mean, what did it take?
Oh, years.
30 years in
Yes.
front of a camera, in front of
Yes,
this,
and-
doing
and
that.
audiences and
his
speaking
output
and the
and in quality has
my
just
God.
gone exponentially through the roof.
Yeah.
So I'm more so talking about like the beginners or like you're on social media, but you're trying to kick it up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have clear content. And by clear, I mean, get an iPhone, stop using droids, stop using all the other crap. Get an iPhone. That camera is just as clear as a digital camera.
Except if you drop it in water, but
Would you drop it in the toilet?
No, in the ocean.
No, girls like put their phone in their back pocket and
it
drops
goes
in the toilet.
Oh, that's the worst. All
Yeah.
right, now you have number 3. Okay, that's good. So we have balanced brand. We have the content, the clarity, the quality. Get rid of your droids, people.
I think I'm kind of freestyling, but I think I think having like intent behind what you're doing on social media too.
Okay, intent. I'm going through a content lull right now.
Like you have more than
No,
or
a
less.
lull, less. I am like
I'm not
struggling.
I didn't go to school and I don't know the
Lull, you don't
yeah,
know what a lull
I'll
is?
Google
A lull
it.
is a dip.
Okay.
Lull means like
Yeah, like a down.
Yeah, like you know, I go in spurts. Sometimes I have content. I'm like, oh my god, this is great, and it's like all these views. Now I'm like, I'm struggling. I'm like, oh, I'm desperate. I
mean, Johnny, what are you doing, man? Is she
Johnny's-
making you work for the deal too?
Yeah,
got
he's shooting my
this thing going on.
no-brainers. Okay.
I need to get on that. Okay. Trying to get on. There we go. Yeah, I saw you guys are filming at the gym, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I interviewed Diego this morning. You
Yeah.
saw that this morning?
Yeah.
He's the first guy I've ever had on Women in Power.
I thought I was the first.
No, you're not a first. I was a first for you, Pistols. This is not a Women in Power. This is what?
This is people in power.
Freestyle.
Yeah, this
People
is
in power. This is
This is
freestyle.
men and women in power. Because
Yeah, okay.
we don't want any sexist stuff going on. Just the women in power, and then guys get upset, and then
Yeah.
I like what you're doing.
You do?
You're gonna
But
spark
I don't
some
want to
spark some
upset
fires.
guys.
I mean, you need to upset some people.
Well,
Gotta
I
get
know.
your haters right.
Yeah.
So okay,
Okay, number 4.
Two more-
Intent. You
Intent.
gotta know what you're doing.
Like-
have a purpose.
yeah, like what is the purpose of
Yeah.
you being on social, right?
Yeah, like,
And
you
that's
know,
why,
do you want
like-
to entertain? Like, give me an example. You want to entertain, you want to make them laugh, you want to educate.
What are you
wanna-
selling? Yeah, what are you,
you-
are
what
you
are you
selling
doing?
something? Where are you
You know?
leading people? Why are you gonna post a video in the morning that can set something up for you to do later in the day? Like,
How many times should you post on Instagram a day?
see, I say one a day max, but again,
I do one a day too, but
that's good. But
most
then
people
like
do.
he would be like, you just post as much as you can, right?
Right.
So, but I think you need to level up with your brand, because if no one knows you, yes, you have to break obscurity. Yes, you have to get stuff out there, but it has to be intentful. I think, because now social media is so competitive that just getting the car and the digital camera, it doesn't work anymore. You actually
car? What do you mean the
like
car?
just being the flashy, like I'm here on
Oh,
social
you mean
media.
like the Lambo?
Yeah, whatever.
Like a literal like Lambo?
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah, just
All right.
the what it used to be 2-3 years ago is you get a nice car and you have, you know, a nice camera and,
And
you'd
some
fit
hot
out.
girls
Yeah,
and
and you'd
you're
stand
in.
out.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now everyone's doing that.
Okay.
So that's why the intent behind
Yeah.
everything becomes so important.
Okay. That's okay. You think you can eke out 2 more free tips?
Now you got to pay for the rest. No, I'm
You
just
do?
kidding. I don't know. What are some tips?
Well, okay. If
What is your
the-
tips? What are
the-
your last 2 tips?
Well,
It's
my
funny
last-
because you're like, I don't know the social media. You know social media. You guys do it all day long.
Well, Grant does. I do Instagram very
Okay.
well, but I have other people helping me with Twitter and LinkedIn and that stuff. But I started to do my blog. I mean, for me, I would say 1 to 2 times a day for sure. Like I know Diego, for instance, is now posting 3 times a day. Every time I open up my Instagram, I see him.
He's got a
So
busy
he's always
life.
on my mind now. I'm
Yep.
like, oh my God, what's
Front
KO
of
doing?
mind.
What's, you know, so in that sense, I say that. So, I mean, I would say just start getting used to and doing the lives, you know, just start putting yourself out
What
there.
if you have like no followers though? What if you only have a couple hundred followers?
But everyone started with 0 followers,
Yeah.
you know, so you
course.
have to build it out.
So do you think
And
that it is a
collaboration.
process though? Like this isn't just like
Yes.
you come in and all of a sudden in
No.
3 months because you
Right.
paid a little bit of money that I think it's like an indefinite thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a process. And then collaborate with other people. I wish I would have collaborated earlier on with
So you're
people.
doing a lot the last couple months.
Yeah, because I'm trying to like do, you know, for so long I did, and I am still doing the behind the scenes with Grant, but I have that so up and running now. Like I don't have to learn how to do that. I just have to maintain it.
Like
and
that's
keep
going to
it.
continue to operate and then you're going to pop
Yeah.
over here and start pushing
Right.
out.
Now my kids are 7 and 9. I know how to be a mom. Like, you know, when they were little, I had to figure all that out. I needed to figure out how to be a wife. I didn't understand relationships. You know, I never.
What's your biggest advice for a girl in a relationship with an entrepreneur? married,
Ooh.
dating.
Get some thick skin.
Yeah.
Learn how to be tough. No, the biggest thing is for a couple is to look at their couple's goals. Who are they as a couple?
Beyond just posting a cool Instagram photo somewhere
Yeah,
and
if y'all
hashtagging couples
being
goals.
in love on a park bench or something like, but what are you together? Like, what are y'all doing this together? Because the women that are with entrepreneurs that feel left out, maybe it's because the entrepreneur is like, this is my life and I do this, and it's all for me, 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 me. And she's like, well, what about me? Like, you know, like every woman wants to feel wanted. I mean, that's not abnormal. But if y'all have the common goal of like, look, he wants to do for me, but it's for us so we can build this life and we can have this thing and we're
And
doing
there's
this
the whole
thing.
maze to
Yeah,
it.
then it's like, okay, well, so a woman could take that perspective of, okay, I'm willing to have this sacrifice now because we're going for these, we're willing to pay the price now so we can pay any price
When was your
tomorrow.
sacrifice?
When was my sacrifice? We had to sacrifice the whole time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so
but we weren't on social media,
Like when
but
you had
10
your
years.
kids, do you think it really, that's when things shifted? Like before the kids, when was your guys' sacrifice so that you could do what you're doing now? And now you're impacting the world,
Well,
right?
yeah, in 2008, when the economy collapsed, we were under a $60 million lawsuit.
You can read about that in the book, because
Yeah,
I know that's in
exactly.
there.
That's in there. I mean, when that happened, that's when the major sacrifice came. I turned in my career. I traded in to trade up. You know.
Were you nervous?
I was terrified.
Was it like,
I
wow,
was
this
terrified.
is, I just jumped off.
Yes, I lived in Los Angeles. I moved there when I was 17. I was an independent woman who was very proud of never needing a man for anything. I had my own house, my own cars. Of course, I was going like this in life,
But
as every
you were
actress
doing it. You
was.
would've made
I was
it.
doing it. Anyway, when I went to my friends and family and was like, yeah, I'm giving up the thing that I've done my whole life to sustain myself financially. Oh yeah, I'm giving that up because I'm gonna go support this guy.
That has these huge dreams. And
Yeah.
did people kind of make, like,
Well,
you think people were like, yeah, okay.
Well, I think they were scared. It's like I'm with a guy who's very successful. The guys leave women, for younger women. And what are you doing? Like, well, you don't
They're
have
like, are
anything.
you really going to put all your eggs in this basket with this guy?
Of course. It
And
took
go
a tremendous
move and
amount
go
of
do
courage.
this, yeah.
That was my entrepreneurial moment. Like I never think of myself as an entrepreneur because I was an artist.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I made a decision to put all my chips in. I was like, hey, I looked at it like this. I moved out at 17. I came from, you read the book, like a background. I was pretty tough chick,
You are now.
Not on
you
the
should
outside.
You should get a heart tattoo that says mom right here. I can see.
With the arrow?
Yeah. She's got something like that. She's
That's
tatted
awesome.
up.
Oh, yeah, she is. Your mom is
My sister does
badass.
tattoos. If you ever, she was on Ink Master a few times.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah.
So yeah, it was scary, but I figured this. I was like, look, all these horrible things can happen. He can leave me, he can this, he can that, I can look like a fool.
Did you have
whatever.
a backup plan? Or were you pretty much all in? Like if that
My backup plan was, look, I know who I am. I have honor, integrity, courage, discipline, guts, determination. I have a passion inside of me that cannot be stopped. You can knock me down. I have been knocked down. I will get back up. I don't care how bloody I am. I will fight back. I know this about myself.
Of course.
So I said, you know what? If the worst case scenario happens and I look like a fool, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to land on my own 2 feet and I'm going to go find the next thing and I'm going to go make the next chapter
Good
of
thing
my
that
life.
didn't happen. I have a question. I wonder if you've ever been asked this. What's your greatest, I just thought this, what's your greatest achievement together as a couple?
Aside from the kids,
I mean,
that's a
yeah,
given.
of
Okay.
course.
Because that's my biggest product. The kids
Your
are,
product.
This is my
I
product.
have 2 products.
I have 2
one's
products.
7, one's 9.
That's right. Those are products to me. I categorize them as
course.
products, because their
High
well-being.
maintenance products.
I have the most important, any parent has the most important job on the planet. Anyone can have a job, to rear a child, to be healthy, happy, and a productive contributing
Just in the family. I mean, we
member.
could talk here for an hour about the family stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm so curious too of like how you have your 2 kids and you've homeschooled them and you see them speak and I'm just like, she's 9? Like
Yeah.
she sounds like she's 15.
Oh, totally. And
So-
she thinks she's 15.
Well, yeah, of course. I wouldn't know that, but I did grow up with 2 sisters, so I was the
Yeah.
only guy.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, there's just so many things. But going back, what's your greatest achievement together? I guess let's do the business world, or like a
Okay.
personal achievement that you two together just looked at each other and were like, we just did that. This just
Well,
happened. Was there like an aha moment together?
There's been a few. I mean, there's trophies in life, and trophies are symbols of all of the sacrifices that you've made, the right decisions that you made, the right decisions on avoiding certain people and situations. All of that goes into account. But certainly when we got this, the G550,
crazy.
it's a brand new plane. It's gorgeous. It's a lot of money to be able to afford something like that and to pay cash for it, you know. It's a huge accomplishment. And it's not just because of that, it's because of what I said, of what it represents. And it also represents that now this was our dream, a 10-year dream of like with the end game of going global and getting
Which you
global
are.
recognition. And it's all happening
tour.
now. The world.
What's the world tour? Do you have details on it?
Yeah, I have it printed out
So
somewhere.
they're going
we started
to
in Malaysia and Singapore.
Everywhere.
Then we're going to go all over. We're going to go to Australia, not in this order.
The Maldives?
Yeah, oh yeah,
We
for
went
sure.
there
Oh, I
for
heard
my
it's
birthday
amazing.
last year. Be careful with Grant. Because when I went there, you're on an island, kind of like stuck in this small, and after like a few days, I was like, I need to get back home. Like, I'm on a 9-hour time difference. I started freaking out
You
there.
were freaking.
It's so beautiful, but my internal clock was like, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And we're just on an island. So I pop in and out. Appreciate
Yeah,
the beauty
maybe
though.
so. Okay.
I mean, it was the most beautiful place I've ever been to or seen. It's amazing. You walk out at 5, 6 a.m., crystal clear water, see through a baby shark swimming in it. It's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
So
Yeah, and then we're going to China, Russia. I mean, pretty much name it. We're going to Vietnam, Israel.
wow.
Yeah, Philippines.
Because you guys really do want to help people. at this point. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
It's
I mean,
like
at this point,
take care of yourself so you can go and help people.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, my kids are going to be rich, you know, for the rest of their lives.
Oh,
it's
the kids,
generational.
kids. I mean,
It's
the real estate
generational.
is,
It's like, unless there's a nuclear bomb or, you know, something so globally tragic, I mean, there's no stopping this avalanche at this point. It's just, you get to a certain point where it just rolls on itself. It took us, 10 years to get to 100. And then now it's like that just happens.
Wait, keep talking the
It
numbers.
just
I like the
keeps-
numbers.
it
What
just
now?
keeps-
What?
Well, then like a year later, there's another 100 and another 100, and it's so easy. But it took 10 years. It was so hard,
Just like
to get this
straight
thing.
uphill.
And now because the numbers are so big and the masses are so big that it's like you can, we just tied up another 494 units.
I'm
That's
going to be
not-
investing into that one.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a good one.
That'll be-
That's going to be in Naples.
I'll have-
And I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not.
No, I think it's good. I asked
Okay.
Ryan, I'm like, is it good? He's like, yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
we're
under
closing,
contract in
so-
45. So anyway, once you have 5,000 units, 10,000 units is approximately $1 billion under assets. I mean, assets under management.
You guys have that?
We have 5,000, just a hair under 5,000.
So double.
Yeah.
Double.
I mean, we have.
But it's
We have-
compounding so much faster now.
Yeah. It's compounding so much faster. We have, I don't know if I can even say these numbers. We have almost like a hair under $1 billion now. So
Wow.
maybe 10 is 2. Maybe I said that
Yeah,
wrong.
either way. So 5,000, like,
But the point is we're going to 10
yeah,
billion.
Yeah.
That's the end game.
10 billion.
Yeah, that's the end game. And then, and then we want to,
A lot of growth.
lot of growth.
See, and that's why
And that's why we opened it up to the non-accredited
gotta get
and
on
the
the
accredited
coattail.
investors, because we could have done it, but it would have taken us longer. And then we let everybody in, everybody goes in, then we're going to sell this portfolio, this 10 billion, to Wall Street,
And then what?
And then everyone's going to get a payday and a cash out.
Well,
and
good thing I'll be there, baby.
We'll be,
I've never heard that.
yeah, that's
Maybe
the plan.
briefly, I think I've heard that.
Yeah. So everyone will have a really good day, and hopefully we'll have changed and impacted a lot of lives, and made
guys are
friends
awesome.
around the world.
Yep, and
that's
helped
the
a
goal.
lot of
And
people.
that's a lot of people. And that's
Internally and going out and meeting new people that can then come into this and be helped.
that's right.
But you
And
gotta be
I want to
willing.
go on the top with my people, because I've met the people at the top,
Yeah.
you know, the billionaires, a lot of them actually. And I'm like, I think I like my people better.
Yeah. You're like,
know?
no, we're going to create our own
think
party
yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
We're going to do our own party.
Does he feel the same?
Totally.
Yeah.
We don't fit in. We're not country club.
Yeah.
I mean, I try my best.
You're like,
I try my hardest. I put on my prettiest dress, my nicest heels, my fancy Chanel.
just see
I
Greg,
try
he's
to
like,
fit in. I'm like, you know.
smoking a cigar. He's like, what, man? What do you want? What?
I mean, you know, we're just.
Ryan's like, how liquid are you? How liquid are you
Oh,
guys?
for sure.
Running around the country
Yeah,
club.
like,
But,
you know.
So the real estate fund, for me, that's been the biggest thing because
that's
I've been
a
able
huge-
to invest money into that. I actually was accredited when I was 22, 23.
And accredited means you have to earn $200,000 a year for
200,000
2
for
years
2
in a row.
years, yeah.
Or have $1 million worth of assets. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Anyway,
So
go on.
I did the 200 thing. I had 200.
So you came in for
200.
100.
Came in for 100, put in another 75. Now I'm putting in another 120, which will put me at 300,000 in with you guys. Yeah, 24. So it's just like, but at 24, whether you've accumulated, 300 grand to invest or 30 grand or 3 grand, you got to get it in. Like
You're
you
so
guys
smart.
opened that for people to get 3 grand
Right.
in.
Well, because now you can be involved in a $100 million deal that you could have never.
Never.
That we already buy with or without you. It's
What does
ours.
300 grand get me in real estate? Like a grade F 16 unit.
A problem.
Falling apart.
That's what
Yeah.
it gets you. It
A
gets you
huge
a major problem. It gives you a major
There's people are
liability.
like, you just do it yourself, and I'm like, yeah, you keep doing it yourself. I'm gonna go over
no,
here.
you got to do big. That's the quantities that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, you want in on 494 units. You know.
100%.
Yeah.
I like where the convo's gone towards money. So,
Yeah, me too. I love
all right,
that.
well, let's go. Let's run
Okay,
through some questions.
you
Is anyone
wanna run-
asking anything?
You want to?
No questions. Got no love.
Wow.
It's cool.
A lot of people bought or went and got the book.
Really?
Woo-hoo-hoo! Thank you. Get
the ones
around
you
other
like.
players.
Yeah.
What's your top advice? Okay.
All right,
What was
all
that?
right.
What was that question? Collaboration, more
What are your
activity.
top tips? Collaboration, more activity. Like, what are your top tips for people to better brand themselves? Is it going and collaborating? Like, how could someone get around the person that they want to get around, right? Because I think it all goes back to like being intentful and putting up good content. Because when I messaged you, if you looked at my page, you're like, this dude's kind of weird. You probably wouldn't have responded, right? It's how the human brain works.
Yeah.
You're like, I feel threatened by this guy. I don't get a good vibe from him. I don't
Yeah.
know what the deal is. This guy, this girl.
Right. No,
So-
totally. Because even before, not all the time, but most of the time, before I'll even re-mention somebody that said something nice or whatever about me, I go look on their page because if I don't like their page, I don't redo them.
Well, yeah, because then your audience will go right there and be like, oh, I don't really,
Yeah,
I didn't
because if it's not
jive
something,
with that.
yeah, like, you know, there's just certain things that I don't do, like, and don't promote.
So are you intentional with what you're doing?
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're even talking about when someone mentions you, you're going and
Yeah,
checking
because,
them
you
out.
know, like, yeah, not that I'm trying to be Mother Teresa or anything, but I
No.
don't promote drugs and, you know, I'm cannabis, and I know that's all popular and whatever, but it's not my thing. So I'm not going to send somebody that's, you know, if that's what's on their page or if, you know, they're naked photos and stuff. It's like, hey, you do that on your time.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
but it ain't gonna be on my time. Yeah.
And I don't have a judgment on it. It's just my thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's my brand.
You're too
my
nice.
brand.
You're
I have
too
my
nice.
brand.
You're like, no, and I really don't mean any offense.
Well, I know what comes at me all the time.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Okay, so what's your biggest advice then for someone trying to brand themselves? And how much
I would
time do
say
you have?
figure out.
Because I feel like
I'm
we've been
good.
going for.
You
want to do like 5 more minutes?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, I would say figure out who you are. What is your product? I even call my kids products. So my kids are products. You know, like everything I do is a product. Who are you? What do you have to sell the world? What is your thing? What is your purpose? What do you want to do? And then put everything around that. And then target
And
that.
just play that until.
And just play that, and then
until
play
you sink
that,
or swim, in a sense.
Yeah,
right?
and then play that on all, you know, like with that theme, like as if you were going to have a party. If it's a, you know, for the kids, if it's a Wonder Woman party, then like under the umbrella of the Wonder Woman party, then I can dress the dogs like Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Like everything. Like, but you're hitting dogs, parents, children. You know.
I mean, that's what you guys do with the 10X.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's
on
everywhere.
socks.
I know.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So I think with that though, there's a time period that people want to like, when they get into social media, they're like, well, so if I do this for 6 months, like, will that be, and it's like, no, it's until it's done.
It's a lifestyle.
So what happens
Social media is a lifestyle.
what happens if you do the Wonder Woman thing and next week you see Joe doing the Superman thing? Because that's what happens so much on social media is people see this, they get torn here, they're doing that, they're working, but they're claiming this, they're trying to do that. It's like,
And you see everybody steal your ideas.
oh, it's happened to me so much.
Yeah.
But it's funny
And they don't
because
credit you.
as that starts happening, you go higher and higher.
You do? Do people
From what
know
I've
that it
seen.
came from you?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I used to let it
I mean,
really bother me, but
I see people, blatantly rip off Grant all the time.
yeah, but it's fuel for him now.
Yeah.
At first, and you guys talk about this, at first it's like anger and I want
Mm-hmm.
to retaliate, and then it's just like, I'm just going to take it.
Well, he has endless content.
Yeah.
And so many fields and so many areas that he's just not threatened. He just keeps producing.
Because he's been on the same path for
Right.
30, 40
Right.
years now.
He's just consistent, persistent.
Grant wasn't like
He's
30
like-
years ago, oh, this auto thing isn't working out. I think I'm going to go and do drop shipping on Amazon. Well, that didn't work. I'm just going to go try. No.
Yeah.
He stayed in that lane.
Yeah, he did.
In the auto lane.
That's right.
Got him enough money to open up a parallel lane. I know
Yeah,
the whole thing.
That's right.
I'm trying to mimic it.
The
Yeah.
real estate.
The real estate.
Right. Then 2008 happened and we realized we got to get out of the car lane. We have to expand. The problem is he was going, vertical and not horizontal.
Yeah.
And then that's when we realized, no, we got to go to all these other industries. And now we're not dependent on the car industry. It's still good. We love
It's like
it.
the
We're not
tree,
gonna
like the
ignore
main
it.
route.
That's right.
And then auto, real
Right.
estate, 10X brand, growth conference, all these
Right.
different things, but they're all in that one lane.
That's right. And hopefully all funnels lead back to Cardone Capital because
Yep.
in the end but Cardone Capital is a great opportunity for other people to help themselves, but the educational material and all the other stuff is a way, to really help people.
Of course. I think everyone needs help and guidance. Go on YouTube, watch their videos, get the free books, get the Millionaire Playbook, get the program, spend $500 to get sales training, buy Cardone U for $99. I mean, come on. It's $99. I remember I used to pay a few thousand a month for it.
Yeah.
Now it's $99 for an individual to be able to pop in,
Wow.
get all that material.
Right.
And
It's applicable. You said it when you came in. You apply it and
Oh, yeah.
your statistics went up.
well, because I've only really listened to you guys.
Wow.
I haven't really taken advice from
Anyone
all
else?
the other names. I don't
Yeah.
even want to say names
Yeah,
because
why
it doesn't
name?
matter.
Yeah.
But I've just found, I'm scanning, 4 or 5 years ago, I'm scanning the industry, scanning the space. I'm like, Grant aligns with almost everything that I'm looking to do.
That's right.
I'm going to get this cash flow. I'm going to take that cash while this is still pumping, put it in real
That's
estate.
right. You're
so that in
smart.
10 years,
So smart.
I mean, it's
Somebody
so easy.
told me you were thinking about getting a Rolls.
I have a Rolls,
What?
but I don't drive it. I rent it out. So it's a business. I don't drive it.
Okay.
I don't drive it.
Okay.
Dorian knows.
All
No,
right,
so-
you rent out the Rolls. Okay.
So I bought the Rolls. I put 40,000 down,
Okay.
bought the Rolls,
Okay.
and I put it in a brokerage network, and it gets rented out.
Okay.
so-
is it making you money?
Yeah, a couple grand a month, but it's building my loan history. It's building this. I get to market with it. When clients are in town, I'll pick them up.
You baller.
Trying, but no, I've just kept it in the network. And then once I'm at the break even,
Yeah.
it's a wash. I'm trying to wash it. It's not to make money. It's I got the Rolls to rent it out, to build up loan history because my credit is terrible because
Okay.
of student loan.
Okay.
So I
You're
bought.
justifying it for me.
I am.
Okay.
Because it made
I'm
sense to
buying
me
it,
when
I'm
I did
buying
it.
it,
Yeah.
okay.
So
All
so I
right.
got it and I put it over here and it generates me 1 to 3K a month profit, pays for itself, and I get to pay off the car note. So then
You can
I have better
fix
loan
yourself
history.
before
Yeah,
you-
whatever.
You checking yourself before you're wrecking yourself?
I know. And then I get these second. I get this.
But I like what you're doing. So you're putting the money,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
earning the money, and you're putting it in
I'm
the
paying
card.
down the loan to try and build some loan history.
Yeah.
And maybe a little spur of the moment. I could have done without it, but I think it's cool and it has opened up doors. Within the first week I bought it, I had a guy flying to town, and him and his buddy, he upgraded. I picked him up in the Rolls. All they talked about was the Rolls.
Yeah, they love
This
it.
guy comes
It's
on
good
and signed
marketing. And you're into
$50,000.
marketing. Yeah,
Exactly.
he signed
So
so it works, That's why
indirectly,
Vegas,
directly.
That's why Vegas has it, right? They have
Of course.
the glitz and the glam for the high
But
rollers.
just to be honest, I would never
No,
buy
but you're
Rolls to drive it. You guys look good in it. It's not really my thing.
Thank
I drive my BMW. It's fine.
yeah,
That's my
you
car.
like your BMW.
Yeah.
That's your car. Okay, well, I like that you're smart enough at such a young age that you are already investing in Cardone Capital.
Yep.
You put a lot of money there. Is it paying
300,000
you?
in
Is it
when I
paying
put
you?
in it. Oh yeah,
Every month
every month.
you get a check.
Just goes right in my savings, and then I just dump it all back in. So we've kind of figured out too, because we almost just moved into a huge townhouse. My rent would have doubled. Be paying like $6-7 grand a month in rent, which I could. But her and I went back and forth, back and forth. I put the money down to do it, and then I was like, we don't want to do this.
Y'all are in sacrifice phase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not time. Like I'm
right.
gonna keep my 2.8K a month rent,
Good.
and I'm
support
gonna take all
this.
this money.
Yes.
And
keep making money.
Exactly.
Make money.
Oh yeah, like let
Yeah.
it just. I mean, it's going like this right now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're like, hey, let's not splurge.
That's so smart. That's so smart.
So,
But you
yeah.
splurged. You went to the Maldives for your birthday.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But I think over this last like few months, we've both kind of been like, hey, let's.
See, but y'all have couples goals, you see?
Yeah.
And so
And
when
we're still
y'all-
figuring out what those are. But I think
Yeah.
like she's in the business, like
In your
fully.
business?
Oh yeah.
she works at your
Oh,
company?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that.
So, but this isn't things that we talk about out loud because you don't fucking need to know that. Not you, but like
Why?
I just don't feel like. I
Because
don't know.
it diminishes it or something? You
No,
think
I just
people-
feel like there's a line where like I need to protect myself too, of people knowing too far. Like, oh, she works with you. Oh, she does that. It just makes you vulnerable, which I guess is a blessing and a curse. at the
But
same
how does it
time.
make you vulnerable?
I mean, I just feel like the more open you get, the more vulnerable you
Yeah, I know.
are. So, and I'm too affected by it right now.
Yes.
So I'm just like, I'm not even gonna play the game. Like at this point, it's like, oh, you got some negative. Like did you see Diddy's thing where it's like, whoosh, like kicking out the negativity? Just like block. You have one thing to say. I would used to feed into it, and then an hour later, I'm just heated. I'm mad at her for no reason. I'm not doing.
And
my
that's what they
work.
want. They want to destroy
Exactly.
you. Yeah.
What you talk about in this book.
That's right.
So it's just like block.
Yes.
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 They want to
They
infiltrate.
they
and-
want you to become weaker.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're...
So I think when we get a little more, when I'm sitting on a few milli, be a little different. Be like, yeah, we'll be a little bit more open, but right now we're still in building mode. And I've had the splurges like, I could go buy the Lambo cash right now. I've had those urges. So I look at them every day and I'm like, it's not time. It's not time. It's not time. And then you.
And that's what this was. Like when this became time, that's when it was like, wow, we've hit a point now. Like where we are out of that sacrifice phase. When we were in sacrifice phase, we couldn't think about anybody other than ourselves. We couldn't help anybody other than ourselves.
Of course.
I remember we had given a lot of money to charity, and then 2008 happened. Remember all that stuff happened? And then all of our charity donations stopped. People were like, oh, what's up with the Cardones? You know, they're whatever they wanted
Yeah.
to say. And we weren't verbal about, oh, look, we're under this lawsuit. We kept that tight-lipped.
Like very close, yeah.
Yeah, like nobody knew. But you know, you had to take that. And then like, I mean, people closer than people I would trust with my kids if I died came to us. They wanted us to invest $1 million. He needed help starting his company. Now that company's almost worth $1 billion. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it
Wow.
at that time. We couldn't help him.
Because you had to take care of yourself.
We were under this lawsuit. $1 million would go out in lawyer fees. This is before.
So that's why he's so passionate when he sits here and he's like, you got to protect yourself for lawyers. And people are like, I'll never need a lawyer. I'll never until it's time.
Oh my God, it's brutal.
And it's like, oh,
rough.
hey, if you can't keep up with us, we will destroy you.
Oh,
Because that's what the bigger
destroy you.
companies do.
They destroy you. They want to destroy you.
Yes.
That's why, like, you know, like people do this MMA training and stuff, and they're like, oh, it's so savage, and these guys are beasts, and they're animals, and they get all bloody. I'm like, are you kidding me? They're nice. There's a referee. If you go like this, they let go. I'm like,
That's because you do it.
I'm like, what is, you're bloodied, and then at the end they're hugging you. I love you. I mean, in the real
Wait,
world.
can you do that again? Look at that.
In the real world, they'll just destroy you. They don't
yeah.
care. There's no tap out.
No.
I say that. There's no referee.
they'll
They'll
kill you.
And that's when I had to learn that firsthand, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, anything else? Any last minute thoughts, words?
No, I love what you're doing. You're great, and I love this thing. So we're going to continue building me
Gonna take her to
organically on social media.
300K.
You think? We
Within
think
the
we can
next
get there?
like four months, yeah.
Really? Okay. And how long do you think that would have taken me without you? Just so they know.
I mean, it just depends because you're not the normal person. Like you have.
I have Grant,
You
and
have a
when he
huge-
promotes me, I get a bunch
And
of
like
followers.
you guys are going to
and-
start going worldwide,
And then
so
that's
I don't
gonna
know.
get-
It's hard
I
to
know
say,
it's
but
hard
I
to
know
say.
that when you put gas on the fire, it
Yeah.
goes faster.
Okay.
So if you're looking to put gas on the fire, Elena wanted me to do a special offer today.
Oh yes.
So
Tell. Do tell.
So it's $5,000 for 50,000 followers and a few other things, but you got to message me for them. I'm not going to go into depth because if $5,000 scares you, I don't even want to go into more
Oh,
explanation.
that's not nice.
I think it's. I don't.
Okay,
think it's nice.
5,000. Look, a Chanel purse is a Chanel purse, but it ain't helping you on social media.
No.
A Chanel purse is not going to go out and get you business. It's not going to get you known. So,
Well, there's
what's a
some
better
things that I want
investment?
to add in there. I want to spark the I do this on purpose. So then I spark the conversation. They're like, well, what does it get besides the followers? I'm
Oh,
like,
you're doing that intrigue stuff. See,
Well-
I'm very open. I'm
well,
very
where are you
apparent.
located? Well, because if they're
I'm
in Florida,
overt.
maybe Dorian gets a chunk of it to go film with them. But it's all situational, right? So, and then I want to do $1,000 special. That's like entry. You have $1,000. We'll grow your account by 10,000 followers over the next month. I'll give you some of our business services. So we'll help you with outreach, help you configure scripts, and hit people in the markets that you're trying to work with. So those are the offers.
Well, thank you for giving that to
I always gotta scrape and push and try really hard to
uh-huh.
get sales. So if this brings me sales, I'll do the dojo.
Oh, man, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
One more time, drop the book link. Some people were.
Oh, okay. The book link is Elena Cardone. There's my name right there, ELENA. ElenaCardone.com/empire.
And it's free.
Yeah.
So pick that book up, please, and I'll send you the names.
Okay.
Maybe.
And I vouch
just
for
kidding.
Cody. What I've experienced from what you've done for me so far is you've grown real followers.
I
for
wish
me.
you would open up the gates and let me just do all your social media, but we'll work to that point. That's next
That's
year's
another
interview.
discussion.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, we'll
another
talk about that
discussion.
later.
But
Okay.
what would that mean?
I don't know. I want to help
Like
you.
all my social? What does that mean? Like LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, Facebook, your Instagram, yeah, all that stuff.
You can't take my Instagram away.
No, we won't take it. We want to help
mine.
manage it.
Manage it? Like
Yes.
how? How would you manage my Instagram? I
Well,
do it
would
all
be-
myself.
Really? Do you
No
think-
one touches my Instagram.
Okay, we won't do your Instagram. then.
Okay.
All right, we'll do LinkedIn and Facebook and everything else. I'm
Okay.
kind of scared of you right now.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna get the rollover like you did on your story the other day.
Wasn't that amazing?
This is
I'm
pretty cool.
learning. Oh, I mean, brand new, but that's really hard.
I mean,
the
yeah.
jujitsu stuff
Yeah.
is really hard.
Where you like put the leg and
Yeah,
like,
I did
flip
the
them over
wrong leg. He was like, no, like everything I do, like he has to correct.
I lived with
Everything
a-
I do was wrong.
with
So I
a-
should just do the opposite of what I think it is, and I'd probably get it
Yeah,
right.
like you thought it was the outside leg, but it's
That's
the
right.
inside
It's the-
leg.
that's right.
Yeah, I
Okay,
lived
go
with a MMA fighter. You remember Scrappy?
Scrappy. I
That
love
was his
name.
fighter name.
Scrappy.
So, yeah, I know what it's like. He would practice moves on me and make me hold the handbags to do the kicks, and I learned the combos and all that stuff.
Oh, that's
But
good.
I
Do
think
you
I-
love it? You didn't love
I think
it?
I would get my ass beat at this point. I'm not very jacked. Look at this. That's what I'm trying. See that tricep?
Are you not eating protein? What is going on with you, Cody?
Well, I do eat vegan.
Oh,
For like a year
that's
and a
fine.
half, so,
That's
yeah.
fine. They make me eat protein now.
I need to get in the gym more. But I do need to get hooked up on the 10X Health system.
Yeah,
so
you're
let's
gonna
make that
love it.
happen.
Yeah.
Please.
10X Health System. There's only
System.
one system.
Okay.
10X Health
Garrett called
System.
Like 5 minutes in.
No, he
.com.
didn't.
I
She
told you. I
texted him.
texted him. I said you need to call Cody back.
I want to work with you, man. Like I really
He's
want to work with you. I
amazing.
just get frustrated.
He's
I'm like,
amazing. Yeah,
I've tried
like-
to schedule 5
Yeah,
times, and
you know.
but you guys are awesome. No matter, we'll work through it.
Okay.
Because he wants to talk about social media stuff too. So
Okay, good.
we'll get it going.
I like it. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Cut.
And scene. Did y'all do that, or is that just an acting class thing? And scene. That's how we made fun of people. And scene. You know, the people that take themselves so seriously.